welcome to the Queendomme, the entertaining ramblings of a single millennial woman trying to figure out adulthood. We talk about life, love, sex, and everything in between. Y'all, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What's popping? Was good? It's just the ladies in the house tonight. And we got an interesting topic to start off with, but of course, I am your host, Irene, the Passion Queen. And I'm gonna let my ladies introduce themselves, and then we gonna hop right into this craziness because it has been plaguing us for an entire week.
Nay's face is killing me. What's going on, you guys? It's your girl Chase. See how you no matter how you say it, as long as that flavor stays in your mouth.
Nay Boogie with the hoodie. What it do?
Mhm. Yep, we finna talk about it. We finna talk about it. Okay, so boom, check it, y'all. Of course, you know you can find all three of us on the Tiki of the Taki. Myself is Irene, the Passion Queen. C Hayes is C Hayes Inc. Nay Boogie as Nay Boogie underscore with underscore the hoodie.
Period.
Period. Okay. So make sure y'all follow us on TikTok because let me tell y'all, we end up in some very interesting conversations. So earlier this week, myself and Nay Boogie were on live and we were having a conversation about piercings and a clitoral, and we started talking about, getting a clitoral hood piercing. And I'm like, that's a goal of mine. I got some things I'm working on in my life, and that's gonna be like one of the things that I treat myself with when I reach a certain goal or whatever, right? So I said I'm gonna give my clit pierce. So for those who know me, I love piercings, love tattoos. I don't have a ton of them, mainly because my tattoos have to be meaningful. Piercings, I get them, not get them. I can always take them out. So in talking and having this conversation, the beautiful Nate Boogie busts out and say, it'll be just my luck. Somebody's son to be down there doing what they do in their beard hair and get caught up in the pierce. And
My
my
luck
first
though.
thought,
See, because it's my
That's
life
a real
with
life
my
fear.
luck.
That's a real life fear.
listen, and see, in my mind, right, I'm thinking, granted, I was a little elevated. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I mean?
And I was completely sober. Look at
Right.
the change of events.
I know, right? Look at the mashup there. And in my mind, I'm like, I said, yo, who is rubbing their chin on your clit like that for their beard to get tangled up? I'm
That's
like,
where that came from.
yes, that's where it came from. So I'm like, dudes out here just chin checking bitches in the clit. Like, who's doing this?
I
Because
agree.
because see, listen, Linda, okay. What you're not gonna do is judge me in my
I
thought process.
thought that this was a real life action thing that happened, and y'all was
Well,
astonished that
here's
this happened. And it's
here's the
because you
thing.
said somebody was just in on someone's chin, just
Yeah, but here's the thing. So we're having this conversation, people in the comments are commenting, giving their opinion about it. I decide to post it on my Snapchat, right? And so I go to Snapchat like I always do with any of my fuckery and foolishness. Shout out to those who follow me on Snapchat because y'all the MVPs because y'all rock with me and my dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And I post the question like, yo, are y'all dead ass out here like chin checking bitches in they clit? Like, why I decided to call it chin checking is
was
is
me.
beyond me.
It
But
was me because I said they out here chin checking bitches.
what it is. So and we ran with it. As I could, baby, because I sure couldn't tell you where it came from. I was kikiing to goddamn hard. So I post the question, right? And of course I got a few responses like who the fuck doing that? What the hell going on? Da 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 da. So of course I'm steady having to replay the story, letting people know what's going on. And then somebody, a friend of mine who um is on my snap, was like, well, yeah, kinda. And I said, say what?
like bare skin.
Well, they have a beard.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, so wait, you rubbing your chin on, like you out here dead ass rubbing your chin on somebody's clit? Like, is that what you're doing? And he starts to go into explanation and all this other kind of stuff. I was like, no, 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 no. I don't mean like you down there and you doing the thing and you just you
Mhm.
get a little while. I mean like you legit purposefully got your chin on somebody clear and you like looking this motherfucker in their eye above their fupa. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you
Mhm.
he was like, well, no, not like that. And so I started explaining to him how the conversation came about or how the question came about. And he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, I've gotten my beard hair stuck in somebody's uh piercing before." And he was like, "Yeah, it wasn't the most fun thing." I'm like, and I guess because in my mind, I'm like, if your mouth is covering my clit as it should be, how is your beard wrapped around it?
Because the motion, you know how like when things happen so fast, you don't understand how it happened, but it ended up happening. Like I gave like my niece a hug one time, right? And her hair and like my nose ring just happened the side where it like is supposed to be closed, but the smallest little opening, and when she pulled away, it shouldn't have happened, but a little piece of her hair sticking out from her lap just intertwined and caught
Mm-hmm.
my nose ring. So it's
It
like it's
happens with me
something
and
that
Jordan all the time.
yeah. So it's something that's not supposed to ever happen because you're not putting yourself in these type of situations.
Right.
But when things are happening and when slippery becomes wet, I mean, some
And
stuff.
Okay.
then
Well,
I
okay?
also
So
posed the
what if he was
scenario,
eating? What if he was
right? And then I
eating?
posed a scenario of what if
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding somebody's son's face?
Yes,
I'm dirty whining on their goddamn face.
that's
That's
the
It's
DY.
motion in the ocean. It's all over
uh-huh,
the place. You feel me?
uh-huh.
So like
But
that could happen.
what if it was the case of it was supposed to be romantic? Like what if they were like eating whatever may have you, then they stopped and went up to kiss the stomach or whatever. Like you're gonna start low to come up here to go back down. The beard could get cut on the clit then, or
Listen,
it rub. But my thing is, was it a ting? Is it a like? Is it this tingling sensation? Because I can't foresee myself laying down and some dude with his beard's like, yeah, like brushing, like
that
what are
and,
you
and that is all I see in my head,
what are
right?
you, Bob Ross? Like, what is
You
like,
feel you now you're brushing my clit because my first thing is hair can be abrasive. I don't want something that feels abrasive. Rub it up against my clit. Hence the reason I prefer somebody who manscapes on a regular basis
yes.
because I don't know I don't feel that.
I was just saying.
Well, I will say I would rather.
I was just saying. I told her I've done the legwork. Okay, I've done the legwork. It's niggas out here that go and just start John Cena in the pussy, and they looking for Waldo, and their face be all over the place because they
Right,
don't
John
have no
Cena.
sense of
Yeah,
direction. John Cena, bitch, you can't see me. They be all over the place.
right. I
I'm
don't
thinking
need
it
you to
don't just
motorboat
be
my
niggas,
shit.
it be bitches too, because not everybody has a good sense of direction.
But I'm just saying, I wouldn't want a dude complete like unless he's making sure he has like no what's that thing called like uh when the hair grows back and it's like spiky, like you know what I'm saying, like if
Stubble.
it's yeah like stubble, because then
Yeah,
if
I'm not
like
watching no more of
get
this.
it in and we bumping fupas, that means my clit is exposed to your stubble and it might be smashing it. So I'd rather you to be honest, like to have a little like you don't even have to be completely hairless, but just like a little something grown so there's no stubble. Cut down, but no stubble. You know, so
Right.
I'm not getting rug burn, pretty much.
Seriously, and then somebody came into the live and was like, "Well, no, I have set my chin on somebody's clit." We was like, "Excuse me."
For
Well,
fun?
apparently he told them he said that the reason he put his chin on the person's clit is because he was making his way downtown and he smelled something,
Walking fast.
He smelled something and he stopped.
so he stopped and put his chin more so. It sounded like it probably was more so like on her mound than anything, and was like, "Did you wash your pussy
You
today?"
wash your pussy today?
He put his chin on her fupa and said, "Did you?"
Yup.
Because she had she had a
But
smell.
here's my question, and this is where I get confused with men. all the time in this department. How do you start messing with a woman and you're at this point where you're either about to go down on her, you're bending her over, whatever the case may be. If a person is moving in front of you, the air is already shifting. You know what I'm saying? Like the person's already moving. So if I'm taking off clothing items, and clothing items hold a lot of smell, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm taking off clothing items, if I'm moving stuff, if I'm moving to lay down on the bed, if I'm swinging my leg open, anything, anything is brushing up a smell. So
Listen,
how do you get through all of that to get to this one particular point, and then you go, huh? Like, where was your nose at this whole time?
baby, I don't know. I can't explain it. But then the baby said that she was like, well, no, because apparently she had been at work all day. So he took her to the bathroom and helped her wash up.
That was cute and embarrassing.
Hmm.
But then there are some dudes who said they like theirs marinated. So
But I think there's a difference between, you know, I've been up and moving around for a little while, and depending on what her job was, because I don't, he never said what she did for a living
yeah,
at
if
that
it's a
time.
nurse, go take a shower.
You know what I'm
Take a
saying?
shower.
Like it's certain things. Like
Yeah.
if you sitting
Even
at a
a whole
desk
bath.
all right, if you sitting
Yeah.
at a desk all day, you know, in a well temperatured area where you're probably not sweating or anything,
Mm-hmm.
then that's one thing. But if you know, serving 50 tables today and
Mm-hmm.
then gonna bring your ass home and think I'm finna put my face
It's
in
supposed to
your
be
shit.
turkey burgers and
I
pussy. That's what
mean,
it is.
I mean, I didn't serve 50 tables and ain't come home smelling like the back of a fish market on a hot summer day.
But I'm just saying,
Point.
like, wouldn't you naturally?
Same.
I'm not saying that every woman has it in their mind, like they would come home because I ain't never lived with a man. I never had no in-house stabilization with a man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've never had to, I guess, participate in when I get home. I know I gotta, because my dude or whatever like that. It's like if I come home and I'm tired, I sit, I eat. I chill or whatever, then I'll take a shower. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like my whole thing is just like, I guess if like, is there a difference when like if you are living in house with said man versus like out house with said man? Because
Not
I mean,
necessarily, not in that particular sense, because I mean, you still have the same routine. You come home and you want to decompress. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Now, depending on how you know your man like it or whatever, you may have a thought process of, okay, at some point I'm gonna go ahead and hop in the shower because I know it's probably gonna go down.
It's
But it's not
hard.
like that's what I'm rushing home to do, unless like, like you said, I work in I'm a nurse, or I've been, out and about and really
Mhm.
sweating, or I've been to the gym or something like that. Then of course your first thought process is let me go get out these
When
clothes,
you
because
think,
one,
yeah.
you don't want to sit in nothing sweaty any goddamn way,
And
because
you,
that's a whole nother issue.
and you don't want your outside in your inside house. Like, you know
That
what I'm saying?
part, because baby,
Yeah.
when I get ready to lay across that bed, them outside clothes got to be off.
Yeah. I hate people who do
Strip as soon as
outside
I
clothes
come in
on
the
the
door.
inside bed.
Well,
Like,
Listen,
oof, mm, pet
as soon
peeve
as
in
I
the
come in the
house.
door, I'm dropping. I drop everything. I take these clothes off of
Yeah.
me. No.
that part.
Mm-mm.
But
My
okay, so
baby
let's just
father figured
say,
that out a long time ago. Like shit, as soon as I came in the house, I dropped as long as wasn't nobody in the house. 'Cause we did have roommates. Because my boy best friend and his girlfriend, well now she's his wife, but his girlfriend at the time, I didn't know when they were coming home. So it's like I would do a quick check. Hey, y'all home? Ain't nobody answer.
mhm.
And they got naked at that door on the way to the bathroom. Like I don't know what the fuck y'all doing. But I'm gonna be naked by the time he came home. I was naked in my bed, chilling, watching fucking Netflix. I don't, nah, mm-mm, mm-mm. So I no, I don't understand the concept of how you smell like that. I don't
Listen,
understand.
I guess my question is still even then, like, I don't know, for me, and just because of my vaginal story, I would just come home and just automatically wash. Like I would just wash, like just because I know I'm living with another person, and if I want to be, I don't know, in booty shorts or just like boy shorts or whatever, I'm gonna make
Stay
sure.
ready, you ain't gotta get ready.
Yeah, like I
period.
want to
These
make
are
sure that
facts.
I'm washed. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm clean. So even if I don't even want to do nothing, I'm still clean. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm still good. Like I don't ever want to be caught on a bad. I don't. I mean, even if he was with a partner, let's just say like 30 years, and let's just say he get up, like he lay down with you on your lap, and then he go. Yo, you good? Like I would be embarrassed. I don't even care at that point. I would be embarrassed. Don't
So
nobody want to
Super
come up there.
embarrassed.
here's the other part to the story though with the guy who hopped in the live telling us his story. So the young lady is now married.
Hmm.
So he runs into the young lady and her husband. The husband knows who he is. He knows who the husband is. He and the husband chopping it up, and he goes, "Hey, yo, did she ever get that situation taken care of?"
He said
Girl,
that to the husband.
to the husband. I said, "How, Sway? How were you so comfortable to sit up here and have this
Talk about this man's
conversation
wife.
about his wife with him?" Baby, the mortification that would have been in my body
Not
to
even
find
modification.
out.
Like, how did the dude react?
So apparently he said the dude was like, "Oh yeah, no, 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 she got that taken care of. Like, we don't have that problem." Baby,
I'm sorry. If my man didn't two
Girl,
piece before he spoke, I don't need to be with you. I don't need to be with. How you gonna let a man from my past speak on me and you now? How you gonna let that? How you gonna let that happen?
because honey, I'm like, ain't no way, Sway. Ain't no way.
She must have still had it when she got with her husband, and then he was like, "We need to do something," and then they got it taken care of. So that's why he was so like, "Yeah, she good now. She good."
Probably, I don't know. Because he never clarified that part. That part was never, clarified or whatever. But I don't so yeah. Mm. The confusion that was sitting on my face as he was telling this story, I was like, I literally had to ask him a couple of times, like you dead ass asked like, and he,
Wait. My brain went back to the chin checking. My brain just went back to the chin checking. Okay.
okay,
Okay. So you know how there's different elements or things that people use while doing a scene or in play that you wouldn't think of using, but it helps, whatever. So like some people would flog, the clit or something like that. Some other people would be like, why would you put a flogger to my clit? Like what but or some people will do like a brush or something. What if the beard here is like that? It's a different source of a feeling. It is not like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sensory.
so right, it's a sensory thing that I
yeah.
get. My whole thing was literally like chin digging into the clit rubbing.
So
That
you
was
thought
my
homies was out here
yeah,
like,
But
just
see,
up here
I
like,
think
hey,
she thought that I was just saying in general, like in the midst of me dirty whining on somebody's face. Click, click. Now we on the episode of fucking Grey's Anatomy because he done got caught up in
TLC.
Fat Ma and her new accessory.
TLC.
That's all I was saying. Because I have had injuries that weren't on purpose because that's how my life is set up.
I mean,
I
I'd have
just
called a
feel
child
like
a
I do
horse.
all the hard work so that y'all don't have to. You feel me? Because I'm like, listen, I know how I get down. And I just think it's a health hazard. Now I ain't saying it's now. Granted, it might be some niggas out here literally just at the click because some girls said it felt good, and then one nigga took that one girl and said, "Bitches love this shit," and
And that's
somebody
the
tried to
problem.
do it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. And then
First
she
off,
tried to make it seem like it was so outlandish, and I'm like, Irene, you
let's
trying to
it's
Irene?
just bruh. You want to know why? And here's the thing: in 12 years of being a sexual health educator, you would think at this point nothing can surprise me. And granted, very little does. Very little can throw me off my square and just make me go, "What the hook?" But it's just I'm like, okay, in the year of our Lord 2022, I just like can we first off, can we understand that just because one chick likes something that you did, don't mean the next one gonna like it. So let's start there.
What's
Let's
good
start
for the
that
goose ain't
conversation.
always good for the gander.
That
Right
And
here.
part, and let's
that's the part that I
also
never understood. Like, it's even if you, like, I understand, like, we all obviously had to lose our virginity and then gain experience over time. And with
mhm,
each person that you're with, you're gaining some different form of experience, but you
right,
can't always take what particulars. I'm not even talking about like thrusting or like, I'm talking about
right.
particulars. You can't take particulars into every single new
Situ-
situation that you're in. Cause
Right, exactly.
yeah, nah.
but then also let's stop using porn as a way
As a
to
guide,
learn how.
please.
Cause baby,
because
let me
they
tell
are
you
getting
something.
paid. They are getting
Right.
paid
And
for
they're
that.
getting paid to provide specific scenes and
And
visuals.
experiences and sounds and
Let's talk
Right.
about
they are
how
getting paid. They are actors. They are
literally,
porn
and let's talk about how
stars.
it's like 40 minutes to not even 40, like it's like a 2 hour to 3 hour shoot for a
Right.
10-minute video to be cut up and diced into different
Mm-hmm.
sections. And you've had to be force fed water so that way you can and perform. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's been so many things in behind. I've watched the behind the scenes documentary and I'm like, ooh.
Ain't
Like that's
shit
why most
sexy
of the time I
about it.
don't even watch it. I don't even watch it to be all like
Ain't
that. 'Cause I'm
nothing
like,
sexy
oh,
about
you
it. And
a
then like
baby.
the supposed sweat ain't nothing but water out of a spray bottle, people.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. It is it's a
It-
scene in a
right.
movie that you're watching that just so happens to be fucking. Nobody fucks like that in real life.
It's like you
Mm-hmm.
They
watching
don't
a
even
kung
fuck
fu
like that in
movie.
real life.
It's like you watching a kung fu movie and you're like, I can do that. I can do
And
that.
it
And it's like,
Exactly. And that's
no,
not it.
no, you cannot do that. Like it's okay. Like, and also, cause I seen somebody else even say this. They were like, we know we use that as like a way to learn. It's just like they're performing, like they're performers. So I feel like that, like when we all are in the bed, even if we are really enjoying ourselves, I still feel like at some point we end up over expressing in the
mm-hmm.
bedroom because we're like, oh well, it feels good. I need to like show it feels good. And it's just like, no, it's okay if you're just like a quiet little or ooh ooh ooh. Like it's okay. You don't have to be jerking and doing all this other stuff and looking crazy. Like it's okay.
Right. All right. So
Exactly.
I did pull up some interesting sex facts, right? Strange, interesting, whatever. I'm
Oh
not going to read
shorty.
them in any particular order. I'm just going to pick random ones and we'll, go from there. So this one, this one says the record for most female orgasms is 134 in one
Vol-
hour.
An
voluntarily.
hour?
In an hour. It doesn't say if it's voluntarily. It doesn't say if it's via penetration, clitoral stimulation. It does not go into detail. It just says the record for the most female orgasms is 134 in 1 hour.
I feel like that's that person that got that condition.
It gotta be because ain't nowhere else, bro.
Y'all remember that? Y'all remember True Life? That episode of True Life when
Mm-hmm.
they had it? It's gotta be that. Because ain't no
It
Because
way.
gotta be.
listen, don't get me wrong. Because sis, if things are being done properly, sis can knock them out. I can, but 134, my G,
But my thing is this:
First of
in
all,
an
I'd be
hour,
exhausted.
there's only
it,
60 minutes is in an hour,
right?
right?
That means
So
you coming in
even
more than twice a minute.
You
even
literally
thank,
come in like
thank you. So that's what I'm saying.
anywhere
Like
from
that,
between you're coming every 15 to 30 seconds roughly.
yeah, like that's
Crazy.
who said that's true. They put a brand scanner. I need to look into that because I need to know how do they know that was true.
It had to be somebody with the whole brain scan.
That's
They
what I'm
don't.
saying. Like
Right.
Cause ain't no way in hell, bruh. I would be exhausted.
Baby, you
you
couldn't
look at
fuck
people
with me for a
like you
for a
just
minute.
screaming for no reason.
I think that would be the one time I'd be like, I'm good. I think I'm good for a couple weeks, yo. Like
Like
that's
dead
that's
ass.
that goes along the line of, you know what, this will hold me till I get paid next week. That
I feel like
is what'll
Yeah.
hold you till you get paid.
134 is
The fuck?
teeter tottering like brain damage
You said
because
Mm,
136?
it takes so much for you to like get to that there's no
You
way that
said
like yeah no
yeah, no. Listen,
136?
134 in an hour.
bro
134.
you're brain dead. There's no way
You
like what's
gotta be.
oxygen are you
You
really
are
taking in?
dehydrated at that point.
Yes.
You like it is so many things. I just
You
like you got
dehydrated, your
something.
respiratory, like
Something
your
is wrong.
breathing is all the way off. Like I know your lungs are at full capacity because all the breath you had to fucking take.
Baby,
Your
you gonna
heart
be catching your
probably
breath for the
beating
next 2
80 miles
days.
a minute.
Just
Like,
to do 20 kegels in just do 20 kegels in a row can take you out.
Listen, listen, Linda. Ain't no
too
way.
much. See that.
Now, this particular one, it says fat men last longer. Fat guys last on average over 3 times as long in the bedroom. A 2010 Turkish study looked into the average performance times of men over the course of a year. The researchers found that fat men could keep going for an average of 7 minutes and 18 seconds, while skinny guys' partners had to put up with a mere 108 seconds. Not even a full 2 minutes.
I believe it. I
I do
believe
too.
it.
I believe that.
Shout out
I
to the
believe
big
that.
man.
I
We love
believe that.
you.
You know why? Because I feel like the skinny dudes are jackrabbits, right? They just,
Yes.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I feel like the big dudes, they don't want to lose their breath, huffing and puffing, because you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying. So
So they take their time.
they take their time in
They
it. They take
understand
their time
rhythm.
in it.
They
And
understand
that
rhythm.
they understand rhythm. They
It's
they understand.
it's a real thing. People be
Listen,
thinking I'm lying. No, it's a real thing to know how to fuck on beat.
bruh,
Yes.
dead ass. So shout out to the big man, because let me tell you, everybody on this show today is a big man lover. We love you, and we love you some more.
Put a ring
We
on it.
appreciate you.
Period.
I want a ring. Thank you.
Appreciate
You
That
did.
part.
I
That
want it.
part.
I want
'Cause
it.
baby, when glory.
When I think of the Lord's goodness of big men and all
Okay.
they do to me,
you.
Glory. Hallelujah.
Amen.
mm,
Cause
And all I ask
baby,
you,
Shondo,
God, is
it
that
be
you
them
bless
Shondo.
me
so
with one.
baby, because listen,
Jesus.
when they pull your in close,
Ooh,
especially when they grab them thighs and they just
Amen.
babe.
Jesus.
Okay,
with that cologne, yo, why did I'm sorry to interrupt.
no. Go ahead.
Why did I see a tweet that said, please wear the cologne that matches your face.
I,
Don't make me turn around and you smelling good and you look like that.
right. I
No,
think
but
I
that's
saw
facts though,
that is
because I feel like
facts.
that's false advertisement.
It is.
Because
It
why
is.
you smell so good, but you don't match
But
with
you know
that's
what
like the
is
match
it's
not matching.
look, and no tea, no shade, but it's the equivalent of seeing a fat booty chick and then she turn around and her face be busted. It's kind of the same thing.
Or
Literally.
or even worse, what is equivalent to is that you see a girl that's hippie. So from the front it's nice and hip
And
and
then
everything,
just
but then
Mm.
you turn around and it's
bored.
flat as a
Bored.
motherfucking
And we
pancake.
love
There's
y'all. No
nothing
tea, no
back there.
shade to y'all. It's no shade, but I'm just saying,
None at all.
it's
Cause
listen. If you
Listen, that
got on a
happened to
certain
me at
cologne and I turn
Walmart.
around and you look like a booger wolf, I'm very disappointed.
Listen, that happened to me at
love it.
Walmart. The dude, you know how you can pick up at Walmart? The dude, I opened up my back door and I'm not really paying attention to him, but he's putting the stuff in my car. I'm like, all right, I know you black. Let me turn around. And I said, you smell too good to be looking that ugly. That's a daggone shame. That's false advertisement, like Nate said. I don't like it.
That is false advertisement. It really is just like when you used to be dancing in a club and you'll be dancing, so you might feel a little something because you know niggas get excited by just breathing on them,
Right.
and
You turn
you'll be
around and it's
dancing. So then you look. No, I'll be looking at my friends like, "Is it cute?" And they be
oh
like,
baby, that's
and
always the
then you
confirmation. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
like,
if I'm dancing and somebody walks up behind me and I go like this and you go, oh,
move, and
Who
then
is
you
this?
gotta swerve out the
Move.
way. It's like, or even still like, because they like it's too dark, you can't really tell, but they
Mm-hmm.
look cute in the dark. And then when you go outside, it's like, no, that's not what I saw inside.
Cause
What
baby,
happened?
them street
them
lights
street lights
outside
tell the truth.
will tell
Street
Street
lights
lights
will
all.
tell
tell
the
it
truth.
all. Them
Will tell
street
it
lights
all
let
every
everything
time.
go.
Every time. You know what I'm saying? And like,
It, it's
listen,
like y'all. I need you to find. I do need you to find the fragrance that match your face because it's
right.
not fair. It's not. It's like smelling good food, and then when you go in there and you look at the food, it's like this not what I thought I was smelling. What is
This ain't
this?
it. It is
Seasoning is not seasoning. The
right.
seasonings is not
Right.
seasoning.
They not giving like they supposed to. All right. So this one says the top 10 most sexually satisfied countries.
America damn sure ain't
Not
there.
America.
Nigeria is 67%.
I believe it.
I
Mexico,
believe it because
it, hmm,
There's
them
a country
Nigerian
that
men are
there's a
something
part.
different. I believe it.
listen.
I think there's a part in Nigeria, or there's a country in Nigeria where they did a documentary when they were like they got to make her squirt, and then they be practicing. I'm like, where
They
can I
practice
go?
it? No shit.
Them Nigerian men are something different, baby. I'm trying to tell you,
Highly
like,
Listen,
ooh,
I ain't gonna lie.
different.
I get a little nervous when they start. Sometimes when we go live late at night and you get that flood and you can always tell when it happens. It's like all of a sudden you get a flood of people from Africa that come into your life, I ain't gonna hold
Mm-hmm.
you. I get a little nervous because they be on it. They be aggressive with it. They ain't got no problem saying I want you as my wife. You can be my wife. But
My,
I will say I know two people who recently, one of them is she's been married to the guy for a couple of years, and another friend of mine who actually just got married to someone. I can't remember exactly which country they're
mm-hmm.
in Africa, but and I mean, they are so happy and everything, and they go back and forth between the states and there, and I'm like, oh, I mean, baby, listen, if
Yeah.
you can find your love, this is my thing. I know I'm not finna live outside the country. I'm just, if I was
Period.
younger, yes, I probably would. At this current point, with the age of my parents and stuff like that, I'm not finna live out the country. It's not gonna happen. And
Mm-hmm.
the only time I want to be back and forth out the country is just for travel. I don't want
Yeah.
another part of my life to have to be in another country. You know
Right.
what I mean? That's kind of my thing
Mm-hmm.
with it.
My
Um,
friend's cousin keep trying to. He keep asking me. He's like, "Yo, he asking about you," and I'm like, "He's still in Nigeria, but he can't ask about me."
but
Um,
if you want to come
Cause
over here,
listen, his little sister just got married, but her and her man, we was in the hair store at 3 p.m. This girl said, "All right, good night." I said, "Good night." He taking a nap? She goes, "No, it's nighttime over there." I said, oh, "Not the time difference." Mm-mm.
that part, that's the other thing. It's the time difference. So when I want to sit down and maybe I want to talk a little spicy to you, it's first thing in the morning for your ass, and you got to get ready for work.
Mm, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. I can't do that.
I'm like,
It's been a long week. It's been a long week.
listen, listen, we all making it over. We all struggling. Um, so
That cherry
Mexico is
coke
at
I had from Chicken
63.
Filler did nothing.
Mexico is at 63, India 61, Poland is 54, Greece 51, Holland 50, South Africa 50, Spain 49, Canada 48, and the US is at 48. Japan only has 50, is
Sure.
only at 15%.
I believe that.
Ooh, I can believe that.
Yeah,
They have sex for
Their
population.
videos prove it.
yeah.
Their videos prove that.
You know what?
They have
You.
sex for
I'm not
population. They're
playing with
not
you at
doing it
all.
for pleasure.
During sexual intercourse, in addition to genitals and breasts, the inner nose also swells.
What?
It
That's why
says
your
you're
nose
in.
flare up when you give it head.
Look. Chase trying to remember if her nose flare up. That's why she making that face right there.
I just got sent a recap video, and I'm trying to think it back in my head, and I'm like, I
She
think my
like,
nose is a little wider.
That's how think
Wait
about it.
a
Because
minute.
when you sitting there going, your nose starts to flare
Yeah.
up because you
Wait
open,
a
and that's
minute.
how you
So you
can
mean to tell me that our nose? What did you say? Women or everybody?
it doesn't specify
in
gender. It
general.
just says the inner nose also swells.
But if you think about it, when your inner nose swell up, that means it's opening up your nasal cavity because your inner dorky moment. Your inner nose is gonna sit there and flare up like this. So it's opening up all of this because it's making room for the fact that it's swelling. So since it's your mucous membrane, this is why you start getting more saliva
Mm-hmm.
and you can open your mouth more and create more breath control because you're now not only breathing through your mouth, you're having to breathe extra through your nose because your mouth is occupied.
I wonder. I'm just
Damn.
trying to be scientific in my head.
Told
I
you I'm a
wonder
dork.
if it's the same
Told you I'm a
reason
dork.
why women's nose spread when they're pregnant, like those
Yes.
hormones.
Yes.
More in. Yeah, you got to take it in more because you're
Because you have
breathing.
to breathe twice as much because
Yeah.
you're not
Mm-hmm.
only breathing for you have to breathe for your baby. Well,
Mm-hmm.
because everything that you do, the baby is taken from you. That's
Mm-hmm.
why you got to take
Leeches.
supplements and everything. So, selfish, just parasites. That's what it is. So it's like so when
We
that's
love
why
the
your nose,
kids. We
because your
love the kids.
body love the kids, but fuck them kids at the same time. But it's like so your nose is because you have to it's creating more space to have to for you to breathe
Yeah.
because you run out of breath because all your organs is all over the place. So that's why you
Yeah.
so you gotta and think about it when you having sex, you're breathing more than normal because your heart rate is going faster.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
your body is trying to create another way for you to breathe so that you don't sit there and pretty much pass out.
Not
And
sex.
because we're giving head, our mouth is already occupied.
Yeah.
So we're
And let's
trying to
not
breathe.
forget
Your
you.
nose is trying to create a funnel for you to breathe, although it's also creating the saliva.
Especially
So
when you
little
get to
do
the
your
base.
body know.
Especially when you get to the base, you better be breathing through
Exactly.
something, girl.
Listen,
Exactly. Like all the sounds
because
and
if
stuff
you a
is just all your
daredevil,
breathing.
you know what? Anyway,
You
I'm not
better
gonna
be
talk
You're
about
breathing. You better
breathing.
make sure your
Look,
ears
it's
can
like your
breathe.
body is trying to save you and we trying to destroy it at the same time. That shit was like,
Yes.
it.
because your body's
I
trying to
know.
save
No,
your life
one
and we
time I
trying to
did.
kill it.
I almost did get caught up one time. Like I was like, I was in my bag, and then I was down there, and I said, like, that moment when you're like, "Am I dying?" Because like, I had to double check. I said, "Mind you, mouthful." I'm
Hmm.
Am I
dying. I'm
here?
dying. Abort. 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 No, no, no. Abort.
Say, I see the light. I see the light. I see the light.
I see the light. I see.
I
Don't go to
still
the
think
light,
with the hand, like,
Caroline.
I don't mind to do the hand, but then I'm like, I think I'm dying. I'm dying. I gotta get out of here. I
Like
gotta get out
it's
of
that
here.
thin line. Like, can I make it? Can I make it? Can I make it? I
No,
can't make
no.
it. Nope, nope,
Listen,
nope. I don't want to die
listen.
today. I don't want to die like
That's
this
just like
today.
they asked to talk about something. Does your life insurance policy know you out here getting choked during sex? Hey, mind your goddamn business first, fuck off.
Why are you in my business, Craig? Mind your goddamn business,
You
Craig.
know how they have to come to your
Asking
house?
too
Like
many
some
goddamn questions.
insurance policies, they'll come to your house and do like an evaluation of you, and then they'll price like whatever. I wonder if that's one of them questionnaires because like one of the questions like do you like smoke? Do you have any
Hmm.
prior illnesses? Imagine that one of the questions: Are you sexually active?
Are
we
you
need to
out
put
here
this on your claim.
practicing BDSM? Are you getting
Are
chained up
you
That's the
are
and
you
question.
whipped?
That's the
are you
question. It needs to be a BDSM question on the life insurance policy because it
yes,
should be able to just cover all of it. Because
Right,
it's like
yes.
it's choking, and then not only getting tied up, the way you get tied up, upside down and shit, just
right.
fucks up your equilibrium and create vertigo and all type of shit.
Asphyxiation
You
is
need
a
to know
thing,
these type
y'all.
of things.
Listen, you know what I'm saying?
It's a dangerous game we play out here doing adult gymnastics.
Just to have fun for 45 minutes to an hour and take a break.
A girl, listen, not everybody is that lucky and blessed.
Can you imagine being in the hospital? They were like, so you did this for 45 minutes of fun? That you almost took yourself out for 45 minutes of fun.
I sure did. I sure the fuck did. It was worth it. It better have been worth it. If it's not worth it, I'm sorry for you, and I'm sorry to this man. I hope it's
Listen,
worth it.
If it's not worth it, you should not even be putting yourself in a predicament to be losing your life.
here's an interesting fact. Ginger stimulates the feelings of excitement associated with sex. Eating ginger elevates your heart rate, gets your blood flowing, and gets you excited for the night ahead.
That's why that sushi be bomb. That's
Baby,
why. That's why. Cause ain't no reason why sushi be hitting like you do.
baby, let me
What
pop
if
some
you
oysters.
drink it?
It didn't, I mean, well, it says eating, but I would assume it's the same.
Ginger beer or something.
Well, I
I was
feel
thinking
like it
about
needs to
ginger
be,
tea.
yeah, well,
Ginger cake.
maybe. I think it's as close to a pure form as you can get. Ginger beer is better than ginger ale, yes, but I don't think
Yeah.
it's as, you know,
That's why I was thinking like ginger tea, because people literally just put those ingredients in like the tea bag, and it'd be
yeah,
like lemon gin.
right.
Have you
Are
ever
you?
had raw ginger in a cup of tea? I did that when I had COVID. Whoa. Mm.
That's why I said lemon ginger. It gotta be something else with it. I ain't drinking
Yeah.
ginger by
For me
itself.
not being able to taste the smell, I was
It's,
tasting and smelling that. Okay.
but
And
that
that,
shit was hidden, wasn't it?
ugh, ugh.
All right. No, wait, where you go? Almost a third of all women over 80 years of age still have sex with their partners.
I
Yeah.
know that
You
to be
got
true.
motherfucking damn right. You want to know why, baby? Because I swear, listen, future husband, if you listening to this, just know the way she set up. I can tell you right now, I'm trying to keep going until the good Lord call me home. If I have to be taken
Listen,
out during it, just don't be
I had to
traumatized.
catch.
Just know I went out happy.
I let it slip when I was scheduling somebody one day. This was years ago though, when I was in the department that scheduled prostate MRIs. And one of the instructions of the prep is no sexual activity for 3 days prior to the exam.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy was like, "Ooh, my wife ain't gonna want to hear that." And then when he said it to her in the background, she was like, "God damn it, 3 days!" Oh, that's right. She'd be mad too.
Listen, I want to make up for the whole entire. I want to make up for the time that you made me wait because you was being stupid in these streets, being a hoe.
I was because I said no sexual activity. She was like, "No, well, they got touch for other stuff with the prostate cancer." But she was just like, because she got on the phone, she said, "Okay, now as far as sexual activity, you mean like I can't do it to him or he can't do it to me?" I said, "No sexual activity." She said, "So I can't, so he can't." Okay, and then she stopped. She was like, "Yeah, you gonna have to get out." And then she got off the phone.
Damn.
Like, damn. I said, but I'm with it though. Like, if I can't fuck you, you gotta go. You gotta go be in a hotel room
Come
somewhere
on,
because I'm going.
Albert. Albert been
I don't have
listen.
that much
Albert
willpower.
been putting it down since '88. Okay, Albert
Okay.
been swinging
And
that
she like,
thing.
what? And they probably finally at a phase in their life where they don't give a fuck. They do whatever the fuck they want to. And because I'm being real. One of the things I realized in meeting so many different women and talking about sex with, my parties and stuff, is there are so many women who just don't want to have sex because it's looked at like a chore. Because,
Yep.
especially growing up in Mississippi, the Bible Belt area, you're told to keep a nickel between your legs. Abstinence is the way to go. You only have sex when you get married, but nobody then tells you, but baby, once you married, you can swing from a chandelier if you want to. They still make it seem like you're just there to please your husband and produce kids. So a lot of women never find their voice sexually. So for a woman to have been married to somebody for that long and be in that age range and to be like, I can't have sex for 3 days. For 3 days? They done got to a point in their relationship where, baby, when I say they is having a good ass time, they having a good ass time.
I'm trying to have it. I'm trying to have it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to be like that.
That's what I want. I
And
want to be mad that I can't fuck with you for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
she was upset. You hear me? I heard it in her voice, and I
So
knew
that means they
exactly what she
having
was
it
asking me
on a good
without
regular
asking me.
Yeah,
basis.
because 3 days is really not
Listen,
that deep.
It's
So they do
not.
that. They're having it every other day,
At least.
at least minimum. Probably taking Sundays off.
Praise the Lord.
that
Yeah.
they probably get quickies because she was when she said no sexual activity, she was like, so I knew exactly what she was asking without her saying it because the calls are always being monitored or recorded. So
Right.
she was just like, so that means that he can't, so I can't,
Right.
so I can't, because she kept saying, so I can't. I was like, yeah, you can't either. You can't do
So wait,
nothing.
so he
That means
couldn't
no
like
head from
if
either
she
one of
wanted
you.
to, like they couldn't do fellatio or cunnilingus like at all.
Mm-mm.
No, no sexual activity. It has to be for the best images for the exam. He can't. It
He
can't.
can't be
No,
depleted
you can't be depleted.
because they're
Okay,
looking at his
okay,
prostate.
hold on. I'm
He
just
can't.
saying.
He couldn't beat off. He couldn't beat off. He couldn't do nothing that would arouse him.
So he couldn't even edge and just not come.
No.
That
That's why she
part.
told him he gotta get out. Cause she was asking, so he can't give me head, so I can't get no head. Cause that's what that was. I said he
Yeah,
can't
that's
do
what it
anything that will
was.
arouse him. And she
Oh,
said
so
that's why
he
she's like,
can't
oh,
touch
you
her
gotta
at
get
all.
out.
Like you can't touch her. Like
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
okay, but what about morning wood? Like morning was natural.
Well, that's different because that will alleviate once you pee. It ain't come though.
Mm,
You can because there's pre cum.
yeah,
Morning wood is different. That's just the muscle because it's been
yeah,
laying and then you
yeah,
wake up. Your body is waking up
yeah,
essentially.
Mm-hmm.
So, but once you go pee, it goes down. It don't
yeah,
stay like that.
That
yeah.
part.
But and then of course throughout the day it's gonna go down. Like they know it's gonna get. That's just the muscle. That's how it works. But he cannot relieve himself, so he can't do anything that's gonna arouse him to the point of pre cum or
That's
ejaculation.
funny. That is hilarious.
So
Not
she said
not
right
that,
before she
but
got off
you
the
know, the
phone,
woman. The
right?
woman, yeah.
She right before she got off the phone, she confirmed the details and everything of the appointment. She said, "Yeah, you had to get out." Like, God damn.
She's like,
Said, I know
I
that's right. You gonna have to get the fuck
She
out,
probably
bruh,
walking
because I
around.
can't touch you.
She probably walking around the house talking about something. In 72 hours, Albert, you're mine. Just want you to know that. 72 hours, Albert.
Shit.
72 hours.
Oh, he probably had to go
I wish
stay
I
over at
could have
his
been
sister
there.
house or something. Like that ass.
He
He
said
had to go somewhere.
he probably went. He went and got a room. He went and got a room. He went and got a room.
Because
He did
baby,
for real, for real?
You ain't got a room because when he had to schedule his follow up appointment, of course I got the call again, but it was a special department. It was only like four of us in there.
Mhm.
So when he called back, he had to do his follow up appointment, but it wasn't another MRI, it was an ultrasound, so he didn't have the same prep. He's like, I gotta do them 3 days again because I can't afford another room. I said, no, you don't got no prep. He said, all right, I'm going home. He said, I'm going home. I was like, God damn, she put
Baby,
you
he
out.
said I ain't doing this no more. Hell nah.
Oh shit. He was like, how many times I
That
gotta do
girl
this?
was probably buzzing herself to death. Probably about
Baby,
to vibrate herself into a concussion.
she probably
And
drained
she
the
wasn't even
life out of
worried
him.
about him. She said, I can't. Cause that's she said, I can't. Like, oh bitch, I can't get nothing either. Oh, he got to get to go. He got to go. I ain't about to live like this. And they was well into their 60s and 70s.
Baby, she wasn't playing no motherfucking games. You hear me?
Shit, I'm trying to live like that. I want to be like,
Period.
y'all gotta go, cause me and my husband about to fuck real quick. Like, dead ass, bye. We can't have don't come over unannounced. We
Please
ain't even
don't.
got no clothes on in this bitch.
Baby, when
I
I
won't have to deal with my
tell you,
period no more.
It's not even that.
You
Do
won't have
not
a period
come.
no more. Think
Don't
about it. You
come
ain't gonna have
unannounced
nothing stopping
because
you.
you might hear something behind that door. Like it's not even that I'm in my house comfortable. I'll throw on a robe. That's whatever. I don't want you coming to my door and you go, wait a minute
You
now.
might be
I
up against the
listen,
goddamn door.
listen, okay?
baby, you might see ass cheeks in the window, but don't come over here. Okay? Don't fucking come over here if and that's why I like living in the country. Cause bitch, you ain't just so happy in my motherfucking neighborhood. Your ass
Yeah.
came over unannounced. And that's what your
Mm-hmm.
ass get for coming over unannounced.
That's why I
This
want
is
a
You
why
ain't fighting
condo.
for Walmart.
my
You can't
country
just so
ass.
happen to pop up at my condo because bitches gonna have security. You gonna have to know a code to get through one door to get to another door. You ain't popping up at my house for a reason.
Exactly. And I don't
Listen.
live near no Walmart. So what
That
you
fucking
just
part, baby.
let's
I
go
don't stay
right
near
here.
Target, Walmart, none of that. I'm out here to come, baby. You got it take you about 15, 20 minutes outside the city to get to my shit. Why you out here?
Trying to
What the
be
fuck you looking
nosy.
for? Period.
You gonna be traumatized. You gonna get some
Then a
emotional damage.
motherfucker.
Or you
Cause
gonna learn you something. One of them three is gonna happen.
and then you gonna owe me some money for watching this show, goddamn it. I said what I said. Cash at me.
Period.
I'm
All
just
right.
trying. That's all I'm trying. God, it's me again. I know.
Listen, I know this list getting long, Lord.
I know you tired of me, Jesus. But listen, Linda.
Listen, okay, because the apparently social media knows something I don't know. Because I keep getting these little tests, and it's either pregnancy or I know my soulmate, and I know who my soulmate is. I met him already. I'm like, well, they need to say something. Cause
At
shit.
least yours is nice to you. These fucking TikTok filters be disrespectful to me.
No, no,
Like, God
no.
damn.
I done got some disrespectful ones. But
Shit.
Facebook is the
I asked her, am
one.
I going? Jan lied to me. Cause I asked the bitch, Jan, you lying to me? She said, yep. I said, you know
I
what?
saw
That's
that.
fine.
I
Fuck
saw
you then.
that. I was
Fuck
like,
you, ho.
God damn.
Fuck you,
But
ho.
now
I'm still gonna get bent
Facebook
over a balcony for my birthday.
Facebook be coming for my life. Facebook be like, oh, you finna be pregnant. Oh, you having twins. Oh, you finna be married. How I'm gonna be married next year? Huh, Facebook? Ain't
How?
nobody even stepped up and said shit.
How? How? How?
How? How?
How?
How I'm supposed to stop acting
How?
crazy?
How?
How?
That's the part that kills me. When you finna have a baby? When I'm gonna get a man, bitch? Answer
Period.
me that. Answer me that. Because I
Cause
have to have one of them equal the other.
let me tell y'all
This ain't
something.
knocked up.
I
Okay?
legitimately
So
had this conversation with my mother because all of a sudden, since I've been single for almost 3 years now, right? I think I'm at like 2.5 years. I've been single. I lie not to you, probably like 2 months after I became single, my mother was like, so am I gonna get a grandbaby? How, how you wait to ask me when I'm single? Like I get you ain't like my ex, but you wait till I'm single to ask me this question. And so literally probably like a month or two ago, same question comes up. And I'm like, Mama, look, if I don't find my husband soon, I'll get a baby daddy and I'll give you a grandbaby, okay? She's like, okay, okay. Now mind you, my mother.
talk about so when you get married, when am I getting a boyfriend? Let's stop skipping steps. How about that? Let's stop skipping
You
steps.
know, cause a couple of things need to line up.
Right? Can I get a friend first? What about a friend first?
A little friend.
Damn.
Can I get a little friend? Y'all know how
Can
y'all
I
like to
get
do
a
that.
text back first
First.
before we
Thank
go
you,
any
Nay.
further?
Listen, can I get some follow through? Can I get some
Can I
consistency?
get more than a what you doing? Can I get that? And then
Baby,
we'll see what happens?
if you
I done
not
triggered
finna
May. I done
change the
triggered May. Oh
trajectory of
Lord, I
what
done
I'm
triggered
currently
May.
listen, if you're not finna change what I'm doing, stop asking me what I'm doing.
Because every 20 minutes, what you doing?
Bitch, the same
The
thing I
Same
same
was
shit
doing
I was
time.
20
doing
minutes ago.
20 minutes
Listen,
ago.
listen. This is dude that I've been scoping on this dating site, right? And I've been swiping right, and I'm like, oh, he fine as hell. And I'm like, I just have a feeling, right? We finally match. I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. I'm about to put all the best stops on it.
Here, what you doing, motherfucker?
He's not even a what. He's very conversational. That's the thing. Like he'll if he's texting, he's like he gets into like conversation. He hates spaghetti, so I don't know how far that was gonna go. But anyway, but the point is that he just is like, when I say hate spaghetti, I mean I told he's like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just cooking dinner. He's like, what are you cooking for dinner? And I said, oh, I'm making spaghetti. He was like, uh. I said, I'm sorry. He's like, I hate spaghetti. I said, oh, okay. Like everybody, like you can express what you don't like. That's fine. Next day. Oh, did you go to work today? No, I didn't go to work today. I did work from home. What about you? Da, da, da. Like, oh, did you eat lunch? And I said, oh yeah. Would you? He's like, oh, what'd you eat? I was like, oh, this is my leftovers from last night. He goes, so you still fucking with that spaghetti? I'm sorry. Was this an op of yours that I didn't know I dated at one point in time? Like,
Listen,
what?
listen. First off, yes, because you didn't send me money to get something different.
And
Baby,
who
what
the
I
fuck
say,
eat
listen,
spaghetti and think it's gonna
I'm
be
not.
gone in a day?
Let
I
me
was
explain something. Let me explain something though.
confused.
I'm not a buy me something off rip type of bitch. But if you keep
Me
asking
either.
me shit, then I'm gonna be like, are you finna pay for it to be different?
But my thing is, he would talk like I called him on the phone and something. He sounded good as fuck on the phone, and like he can talk whatever. But then goes a day without texting. Oh, yo, my fault. I got busy. You didn't get busy. You went to work and then you came home and played the game. That's what you said. That's what you do. You said you either work or you play in the game. Are you telling me NBA 2K couldn't live without you for 5 minutes? Nah, I'm all set. I'm all set.
You know
I'm
what? That
ready.
don't bother me.
They don't.
And it's probably because my ass know I'll get over here and I get off into my shit and be like, oh shit, I forgot to.
But that's the thing. I do that. I'm a bad person to text. I don't know how to text. It's very crippling. I'm a suck at it. And I even told him that. He's like, yeah, I can tell. And I'm like, I'm just not that person. I'm not that bitch. I'm not the text bitch. Like, if you want me, you need to call me. If this is a notification, if this is a warning, if this is a reminder, send me a
Mm-hmm.
text. But if you are looking for a conversation out of me after the fifth exchange, it's who knows. It's balls. The ball's in your court at this point. Cause I'll call. Cause if I feel like the texting has now become conversational and it's longer than like one line, we're hitting the second line in texting now. I'm gonna call you. Cause why are we hitting second lines? That means we have a story to tell. No.
Right.
I,
And I ain't
I
gonna
just want
lie.
to call.
Now I'm okay with texting. But I'm the same way. At some point, depending on how the conversation is going, like, God damn it, I'm not gonna type all this shit out. Now,
Thank you.
Right.
if I know I don't have the full time to devote to actually being on the phone with you, I'll send a voice memo. Just because,
Yeah.
hey, this was a little bit quicker, I ain't got that much time like that, da da da, da, whatever the case may be. Yeah, but I don't want to sit up here writing you a 4-page letter in a text message. And
And I'm not getting carpal tunnel for nobody.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not doing
Exactly. I'm
it.
not, and I refuse.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to. I'm gonna read this last fact,
Get
right?
somebody else to do it.
Because this
Hey, leave
one.
me alone.
Get somebody else
What a
to do it.
tight face
Get
too. She
somebody else to do it.
aggravates me. Look at her.
Look, that has just like it is the I'm over it.
I'm
Leave me
over
alone.
it. Get
Yeah.
somebody else to do it.
All right, so this one says in
Somebody
a
else to do it.
bizarre experiment, 266 men were recruited from across the socioeconomic spectrum. They
Mm-hmm.
were each shown, they were each then shown pictures of 5 women with varying breast sizes and asked to rate their attractiveness. By a wide margin, poor men preferred the women with comically large breasts, while the rich guys were cool. they sorry. While the rich guys were cool with less top heavy girls. Interestingly, the correlation remained consistent across the scale. The poorest liked the biggest breast, the middle earners liked middle sized breast, and the top earners preferred tiny breast.
I'm gonna be with broke niggas forever because my boobs is big, yo. That's what you trying to tell me?
Well, they said comically large.
I
like
agree.
animatedly large.
I
I
look like
mean,
the capital letter P, yo.
you do
Think
not.
about it.
But
Think about it.
but
My
here's the
boobs
thing,
are
you
bigger than the
don't.
rest of my body.
But you, it depends on what.
Oh wait, so wait, I'm confused. I'm confused. So what does that finding mean? Did they explain why? Like what? Like
Not in this. Not in this. If we found the actual, research, I'm pretty sure it would go into deeper detail. But in this particular article of listing like bizarre facts, it did. And here's the thing: to the people that are posting these types of things, if you found this research somewhere, put the goddamn link to the research
link
in
it
your
APA
shit.
format, please,
Right.
because I need to know. Like
Right, because people like us are nerds and we like to deep dive into shit.
yeah,
Because here's the reason we had two whole lives about chin checking bitches on the clip. So, because we be wanting to know. So, if for
And do.
future reference, if you're writing any articles, and you're including information that comes from other places, put that shit in there.
it's there.
Cite your
You have to look.
motherfucking sources like
They
you learned at
can't put
school.
that out without putting a source of where it came from. So
Well,
they have to
okay,
have like some type of
they
link.
have some sources at the bottom, but it doesn't specify which source goes with which fact. You know what I mean? Like they list other
So the
websites.
middle class men, like the average, like the C, the average, like B, high B, large C. And then,
They said middle
ev-
size, so I guess yeah.
yeah,
C,
and then so then everybody else was like was D and bigger is on the totem pole of classes and wealth is the poor one. And then the richer ones like the more daintier
right? A
mid
B
B to
cups,
A's.
right? I know that face.
I feel like that doesn't make sense because then it's like, okay, so when they're saying like, I want it, okay, how do I say this? I feel like that study, because now we're getting to nerd mode,
Mm,
you have to have a control, right? An experiment. So if you had it like you had women of the same, let's just say height and weight,
well,
and they happen to all have big boobs or smaller boobs or whatever boobs, then yes, like I guess you could do it that way. And then the experiment would be of any woman of different like height, skin tone, weight, but they
right,
all just happen to have the same size breasts. Because
and
how do
because
you determine what they find more attractive? Because if it was bigger women, if the poor group had bigger women, right? Well, not bigger women. If the poor group had more acceptable society bodies and they just happen to have big boobs, then they're gonna look popping. They're gonna look big good regardless of the fact, right? But then if you had the richer side that had smaller cup and the smaller cup wasn't the societally accepted bodies, then of course they're gonna be like, or how have I switched it?
so
But you get what I'm saying?
right.
Like it's
So
not gonna.
the way I'm envisioning this, and maybe we'll have to bring this back on another episode as a follow up conversation. But the way I'm envisioning it, based on how I'm reading it, is that whatever pictures they saw were probably strictly of breast. It probably
Mhm.
wasn't even a full body picture. They probably
Mhm.
didn't see a lot more than what the woman has to offer, because it's like it. The only thing that they're basing it off of is breast size. Is what is determines the attractiveness.
But I wonder, did they black it out? Like, did they black and white it out so there wouldn't be racial preference in there
Probably.
too?
They
Probably
probably literally just showed them cleavage.
because that's the only way I could see it being non-biased. It's probably gonna be. I mean, because granted, even with black and white, there is some way you can
You can
tell darker
tell.
skin tones and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's not as telling. But to be able to just strictly focus on the boobs, you know what I'm saying? I would assume it would literally be a pretty tight cropped fit picture, and that's all they're focusing on.
Okay, wait. Was it okay? Was it just cleavage? Was it cleavage or was it like naked titties? Was it
It
naked, like
doesn't
no
say
bra?
it does not say. It literally says varying breast sizes.
Okay, so it could be that the smaller boobs only looked appealing to the larger, but because of like just how they are with appearance and stuff like that.
Right.
It's because maybe the areolas weren't that big, or something like, or because it didn't hang low, or something like that.
Very much,
So
yeah. All of that could
that's
be
what
a
I'm saying.
factor.
Like if it was cleavage, that's one thing, but if it's like natural hanging boob, that's a whole nother story.
Facts.
Yeah,
Okay,
true.
so clearly we got a lot of questions that need to be answered in this. But you know what? It's about that time for us to go and wrap this good young thing up. Hopefully y'all have enjoyed this conversation. If y'all ever have anything that y'all want us to talk about, some input in it, and we're gonna start having some live shows sooner or later. I promise y'all it's coming. Um, so just keep on the lookout for that. I'm gonna let my girls introduce themselves, let you know let them tell you where you can find them. Boom, there it is. God damn words. I promise you they work. Shit.
It's your girl Chasey. I do not say along the flavor stays in your mouth. You can find me on TikTok at Chase Inc. CHAYESINC. You can also follow me on Instagram at Candy Taste Sweet. You can follow me on Spark FM on Tap In Sundays 1 to 3 p.m. and then on SparkFMOnline.com. And we're out for the holiday season, but we'll go back the week after New Year's. You can find me on Kinkazoid 8:30 p.m. live on Sundays on TikTok and or on YouTube. Kinkazoid podcast on Discord. Look it up, search it up. Get freaky, whatever.
That's freaky. Sorry.
I was a drinking my good. Mm.
So,
Baby, trying to fuck some shit up. Sorry.
fuck up tonight. Fuck it up. All right.
Feel like causing chaos.
Damn it, what's my name? Oh,
Oh,
Nate
girl.
Boogie with the. Sorry, Joe. Okay, it's Nate Boogie with the hoodie on the tiki or the taki, and Nate Boogie 88 everywhere else: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Um, your resident pothead. Uh, yep. Hoping that this is my last year of not having any, and that I'll get all of it next year. Amen.
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 With two or more
Amen.
gathered. With two
Woo!
or
In
more
his
gathered.
name. Speak it. Name. Come on now.
I'm gonna get some pain next year.
And then she gonna come on the show and just be so happy, and y'all gonna be able to tell the difference. I ain't
Just
gonna tell her to
glowing.
tell her business, but I
Just
mean,
glowing.
I'll be so much nicer, I guarantee it.
Her
listen,
hair gonna be longer for no reason. Hair gonna be down the back. No reason at
okay?
all.
She's just gonna be chipper and shit. It's your girl Irene, the Passion Queen. You can find me as such on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Um, you can definitely check out my website, the Queendomme
Mm.
TheQueenDomme.com. Make sure you get your copy of Vacation, any of the vacation merch that's out there. The Purple Dungeon, an erotic a collection of erotic short stories and poems that I have written, is on pre-order. Go ahead and cop that as well. Make sure you get your beard lovers hoodie while you're at it. Make sure y'all catching me because me and they got the combine coming back. So if you don't know what the combine is, if you want to shoot your shot or present yourself as an eligible bachelor or bachelorette on TikTok, um, the two of us have over 20,000 followers combined. So come on in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Present yourself, shoot your shot at your TikTok crush or what have you. And, we're going to have a good ass time. We're going to have some questions for y'all. It's a great way to meet some new people, get some new followers, all that kind of shit. So make sure y'all checking us out. I promise I'm not going to be on punishment again. So we can have a combine. But yeah, so come make sure y'all check it out, like I said. And then of course, every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. On In the Mix Radio, live365.com. Appreciate y'all for checking in with us. Until next time, y'all have a good one. Keep it sexy and keep it safe. Bye.
Bye.